Best son ever. He's just texting me to check on me, see how I'm doing, tell me he loves me. That's always good to know, especially when you're kind of down and out without a job. So look at this. Blue skies, clear blue water. So I was going to tell you today about my new helmet. It is the Shoei RF1200 Seduction helmet. Tony did a great design review of it on RevZilla. Although I don't really have the money for this, my husband did chip in and help me out with it. I got a good deal. It does not have the drop-down inner visor. It is not modular, but it is a Shoei, and it's a really good one. I really like it. It's a little tight right now. I went to the dealership to try it on just to make sure I was getting the right size, because my Neotech, I got a medium, and so I was trying this on in the dealership, and the guy said, no, you kind of need a smaller size than that because it's kind of loosey-goosey on your head. So I got a small, but I got to tell you, it's really tight. I'm sure it'll break in. Couple things. It now has the chromatic Transitions visor, which I've been talking to Vegas girl about because I really needed the dark visor. I didn't want to carry one with me. Didn't want to wear glasses under a clear one because that's just too painful. So I was concerned about it getting dark enough because I have transition regular glasses, and I just didn't think they got dark enough. So I've been texting Vegas girl because she's the one where I first saw on her video where she got one with her Shoei, and she highly recommended it. So I got it with some money that I got selling some stuff on eBay, because let's face it, without a job I shouldn't be spending this kind of money, but my head is kind of important. So I used the money that I sold stuff with, and it was just enough to cover this Transitions lens. And I have the Cena 10C, and it fit on my Neotech just fine. You have to, it's like a clamp. It can't, the Cena 10C comes with two mounts, a clamp or a stick-on. I've been using the clamp on the Neotech, and it kind of slid right up there between the side of the helmet and the cheek pad. And I thought it would on this too. Well, it doesn't. It's so tight between there that, I mean, you can't even stick a piece of paper in there. Believe me, I tried. So I wasn't really wanting to use the stick-on, but I thought, I'll try it. Some other people have used it and seem to have no problem with it. Problem is, without sticking it on there, you can't really tell, you know, going for a ride, if it's going to be in the right position, because the stick-on mount doesn't have the turn dial that lets you change the angle this way on your Cena 10C. I mean, you can always turn the lens, but you can't do it this way. So we had to kind of do a mock-up with some tape and sit on the bike and kind of guess. I think it's slightly more down than I wanted it, but, you know, there's no point in changing it now. It would just be a very minor change of the angle. That's a little frustrating because you can, on the clamp mount, it's got a dial where you can change it this way. You can't do it with the stick-on mount. Anyway, I really like the helmet. I really like this Transitions lens. I cannot believe how tight, I'm still thinking of mounts. I cannot believe how dark it gets. So I'm standing in front of the camera so you can see how dark it gets. It's amazing. I mean, from inside this visor, it's just so, it just blocks the sun so well. And I like it better than the drop-down dark visor I had on the Neotech, because that was hard to clean, hard to remove, hard to get back in there, hard to clean. It fogged up a lot. It was convenient, but anyway, this comes with a clear, and I didn't want to carry a dark visor with me, so this was the next best thing. So hopefully you can see, You know, I'll post some pictures of this design, but it's really cool. It's got kind of like a paint splash, a splatter thing on top, as you can see here. And then it's got the Shoei in pink here, which is being blocked by my Cena. You can see here. And then the back, it's like a corset that's being laced up. See, get down here so you can see it. I'll start on this side and turn to this side. You know, like I said, there's not a whole lot of pink on it. It's just kind of minimal. But I like it. It's growing on me. And this also came in a matte black with the gray instead of the pink. This is the glossy, which I like better. I've been trying it out. It's got 2, 3, 4, and 5 vents on this thing. So getting lots of air in it, which is great. You see, it's got the emergency tabs on here for, you know, if you're in an accident and the paramedics need to pull the cheek pads out. Easier to get it off your head. What else? What else? It came with the helmet came with a pin lock, but I haven't used it yet. This Transitions visor has pins for a pin lock, but I haven't put it on yet. Didn't have much luck with it on my Neotech for some reason. As much as we tried to fit it correctly, it still fogged up. Probably not to the extreme that it would have, but it's still fogged up. Yeah, I got such a good deal, which is, I knew I could get a cheaper helmet, but I wanted really good quality. And that's what the Shoei is. And I'm really happy with the price that I got. When I went into the dealership, the guy asked me, you know, if I was going to get it. And I said, well, do you price match? And he said, sure. And I told him, well, I could get it at Revzilla for $450. We'll do that. But I can also get it at twowheel.com for $383. He goes, no, we're not going to match that. So I guess they match, but only to a certain point, right? I get it, though. But look at this day. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm out. That's, you know, like I said, the silver lining to not having a job and being in San Diego is this incredible weather we've been having here. Thank you for the text, my son. That was awesome.